Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. I know it's a very feeling important day for all of us, not only because being surrounded by young voices is so important, but also because different groups are together and we are here for the specific reason of listening from each other, learning from each other, and we don't get to do these way too often. So it's a very important.
A barrier would probably be like, one of the biggest ones would be probably ourselves, that we might think, I don't really fit into this job. I don't really fit into this kind of environment.
So how do you break that barrier down? If there's a mentor that has one of these jobs, do you believe that you can find a project manager that will mentor you? Is that a concern of yours? I've heard that before, that you're afraid to reach out because you already have this built-in belief that you're not worthy of asking the question to have this advantage. And if you believe that, and if your peers believe it, you'll never walk through that door because you won't have the confidence to know.
I think that it is really important that there is diversity, because if people of color have a mentor to look up to, you get motivated to follow your dreams, to do what it is that you want to do because you've seen other people do it as well. If there's no diversity in the job, as a person, we could be the first ones to create that diversity.
And they'll give me the confidence I need to be able to continue in this job field.
I know that most adults, well, this is kind of rude to say, but like they don't see us as powerful or smart enough to do any of these jobs. And so one thing that would be amazing would for them to see that we have potential to learn these skills and build on them.
You don't go there to make friends.
As a teenager, I feel like it's really hard for me to get a job because I don't have any experience in a lot of different fields. So when I go to look for a job, the first thing they say is, "Oh, what's your experience?" "Oh, I don't have any."
One thing I would want to tell a future boss is to have sort of like internships within the schools, middle schools, high schools, because we usually only start learning about that stuff when we're in college.
Landscape architects. Do you guys know what a landscape architect is?
So this just kind of opened my eyes to the different possibilities, because when I thought of environmentalist work, I always just thought of maybe recycling or compost or just picking up garbage, but I never knew there were so many jobs to offer. It would really help for there to be job fairs in schools.
They teach you to go to college, but they don't teach you that you gotta pay for college. I mean, how are you gonna pay for college without a job? And so a job fair in school is just like school fairs, like college fairs in school is really important, just as equally as important.
For example, I was in Team Read, where I teach a little kid how to read, and then they couldn't pay me because I didn't have Social Security. So I had to get them as hours for school. But that's like some youth aren't born with the privilege of having a Social Security, so that's like a really big barrier for them to not be able to work and getting paid. My own community.
A barrier for me is transportation and not knowing what people to talk to. I don't know who I'm gonna talk to, so that's a start.
I have experience, and I have experience with Amish Values Corps and other programs, which is amazing. I know that not everyone had those opportunities, but if we were able to give those opportunities to youth and be able to give them the opportunity to speak and be able to give them a voice, we'd have a more diverse opinion on our environmental state.